welcome to our English news edition coming to you from Canal, Algérie. To the headlines. The Algiers summit is hailed by world leaders after its telling success, calling for implementing its recommendations for a joint common action. The Palestinians in the occupied territories respond favorably to Algeria's outstanding support for Palestine during the Arab summit. And the proposals made by the President of the Republic included in the Algiers Declaration concerning the Arab conflict settlement and the reactivation of the Arab League are put forward by the Arab leaders. Good evening, those were today's headlines. First, in our news, and after its resounding success at all levels, the Algiers summit was hailed worldwide by key leaders who put forward Algeria's leading role in tackling central issues, calling for the implementation of its outcomes to help prevail peace and security. The Russian President Vladimir Putin welcomed the participants of the Arab summit in Algiers, affirming the importance of the role of the countries of the Middle East and North Africa. He said that the process of forming a multipolar regime in international relations is gaining momentum and is being built on the basis of fairness, justice, and respect of the legitimate interests of all. The Chinese President Xi Jinping also addressed a message to the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, in which he congratulated the President of the Republic in the exercise of the Council of the League of the Arab States on the occasion of the holding of the 31st session of the Arab Summit in Algiers, wishing the total success of the summit and the strengthening of friendship between the two countries. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, for his part, said that his participation in the Arab Summit is an expression of solidarity with Algeria, and expressed also his gratitude to Algeria and its people, calling the Arab League a very important partner of the UN in the achievement of security, peace and development in the world. The Emir of the State of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, congratulated the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, for the success of the Arab Summit in Algiers, expressing the hope that its Council conclusions will promote joint Arab action to promising prospects that meet the aspirations of the Arab peoples. And the Palestinian people in the occupied territories reacted positively to the summit outcomes, which dealt with their fair cause as a top priority, reiterating their immense gratitude for Algeria and its unwavering support to this Central Arab issue. More details with our correspondent in Palestine, Wissam Abu Zaid, taken up by Melissa Kubash.
Several experts qualified this Arab summit as a successful one at all levels, starting with the Palestinian cause that saw the light following several eras of marginalization.
I think that this is the first time that an Arab summit grants this much importance to the Palestinian cause. Algiers summit was kind of Palestine summit. As proof, President Tebboune reiterated this several times during his speech in front of the participants in this 31st session.
In the occupied territories of Palestine, the position of President Tebboune was saluted, a position that assured that the Palestinian cause was heard, notably through Algiers Declaration.
Concerning the Palestinian cause, Algeria was always supporting its people. Algeria never abandoned us, which is why Palestinians were optimistic during this event. The Arab Summit witnessed a success. It is worth recalling that thanks to Algeria, the Palestinian factions were united throughout the signing of Algiers Declaration on October the 13th, a historical accord that did a lot of good for Palestine.
The Arab Summit was indeed a historical event, a successful one that aimed at unifying the Arab ranks and the entire Arab nation.
The constructive proposals presented by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, for the reactivation of the Arab League's role in terms of conflict prevention and settlement were put forward by the Arab leaders, indicated a communique read by the Algerian permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Nadir Al-Arbawi, at the end of the Arab Summit's proceedings. The details with Melissa Kubash.
The Algiers declaration contained the Arab leaders' appreciation for the high contribution and initiatives made by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, in making the summit a success in favor of the Arab action, highlighting the importance of the Palestinian cause as a central issue, while reiterating their commitment for the 2002 Arab Peace Initiative and their support for the Palestinian state to obtain a full membership in the United Nations.
We reaffirm the Palestinian cause's importance and the legitimate right of its people for freedom and self-determination, as well as the establishment of its independent state, with Al-Quds East as its capital, and guarantee the right of return of refugees, but also the compensation of Palestinian people in accordance with the United Nations Resolution 194 of 1948. We also affirm our attachment to the Arab Peace Initiative of the year 2002 and to the establishment of a fair and global peace as strategic choice to put an end to the Zionist entity occupation in all Arab territories.
Arab leaders also discussed the efforts deployed to consolidate the Arab capacities to face challenges in the sectors of food security, health, energy, and climate change, dismissing any form of foreign interference in internal affairs of Arab countries. They also affirmed their attachment to Arab solutions through the consolidation of the Arab League's role in the prevention and settlement of crises in a peaceful manner.
We declare that we will work to strengthen the joint Arab action so as to protect national security in the Arab world in all its political, energetic, food and water related to aspects, as well as environmental. The contribution to the resolution of the crisis faced by certain Arab countries with a view to guaranteeing the unity and territorial security of the member countries, as well as their sovereignty over their natural wealth that meet the aspirations of their people.
Concerning the crisis in Ukraine, the leaders reiterated their rejection to use force and adopt peaceful solutions through the effective membership of the Arab League's contact group at the ministerial level and international efforts meant to find a political settlement to this crisis. In the same context, the Arab leaders emphasized the necessity of reinforcing the joint Arab action so as to deal with crisis, underlining the importance of a complementary economy as well, calling for working together to establish a real effective economic cooperation.
In other news, the Secretary General of the Arab League, Ahmed Abul Ghaid, left Algiers on Thursday. He was seen off at the Houari Boumediene International Airport by the Communication Minister, Mohamed Bouslimani. Tremendous efforts, the least we can say about the coverage of the Algerian television, which ensured an unprecedented coverage thanks to all the material and the human means put at the disposal of the EPTV staff to make viewers closer to the summit proceedings. Najah Tayyar tells us more.
By providing media coverage of the Arab Summit, the Algerian television has once more succeeded in taking up the challenge by showing dedication and, above all, professionalism. All of its teams gave their best to make this meeting a real success through mobilization, live broadcast and analysis. All material, human and logistical means have been deployed in order to make this event a success.
The EPTV employees mobilized well before the Arab Summit, a daily mobilization of more than 10 hours. More than 40 political and economic analysts took part in this extensive coverage. The signals come from the center of the TDA, or Algeria Broadcasting Center, via the Alcomsat and Arabsat satellites, as well as the mobile transmission station belonging to the Algerian television. There are the signals that come from CEC and the airport, not to mention the daily windows. It is a work that is carried out, it doesn't stop.
Journalists and the technical teams also did not stop. It is with professionalism that they worked hard to follow moment by moment the progress of this major meeting. We had the professional equipment of a high quality at our disposal, which made our tasks much easier.
We prepared well for this major event and we doubled our efforts to ensure a larger number of feeds and reports.
Reports and analysis and professional sets which reflect the colossal and fruitful efforts of the EPTV employees. The Algerian television made sure to transmit the information and the image of all the developments of this summit in real time. It even made sure to make this event live for us. A meeting between the Arab leaders who showed a political and diplomatic will, and an opportunity for the Algerian journalists to display their huge capacities when called upon in such major events.
And with that, our today's news edition comes to a close. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.